1981 Gretsch Drop G drum set. I guess it's called a Grand Prix. Got the Drop G made in USA. Got silver interiors with two muffles, top and bottom, die-cast hoops, Techware tom mount, telescoping legs. Get a good shot of the badge right in there. Internal muffle there. The heavy-duty legs, not the diamond-shaped pattern. Same thing as the tom holders. Pretty stout little kit. Once again, you know, it's mistaken for a low-end drum set or something. I don't know how, but 5 lugs on the 12, 6 on the 13, 8 on the 16. She's sitting with a, I know I'll probably get some flack for this, Tama, as a Superstar. This is my brother's snare. It's not my snare drum, but we thought it fit with it. Seeing as Tama and Yamaha and so many other companies have made a career off of ripping off these designs, thought it was kind of fitting. Die-cast hoops. Lugs look kind of similar. I'll show you the real ones that really, my opinion, ripped off were the Yamaha. This is a Turbo Tour custom from 87 or 88. A lot of things were taken from Gretsch by the Japanese companies. Pearl did it again in the 90s with the, well, it's probably 90s or early 2000s with the with their lug. You know, it had the little bridge type lug design. The name is escaping me right now. It's not the reference series, but right before that. Basically, you got thin shells, you know, natural finishes. Even the tom holder. I know this is turning into a rant about ripping off Gretsch, but I think they deserve their due. And this tom holder looks like 3 other drum companies' tom holders. Looks kind of like the Tama double L rod design. I mean, this thing will hurt you if you try to adjust it, but you know, the newer ones are a little bit more sophisticated design, a little bit more plastic and sleeving and everything going on, quick release and all that stuff. But also looks like Sonar's some of their designs that they had on the designer series. I can't name them all right now, but there's a ton of companies that have ripped this design off. You know, whenever anybody puts out their new vintage styled kits, they always do the same colors that Gretsch used to do, which is like the Rosewood, which we see here, a natural maple, a walnut stain. You know, I just can't say enough about these drum sets. Only one thing on this drum set that I'm not thrilled with, I don't have the original snare, but is the bass drum. You know, I tried to use the original muffle in there. You can see the knob design and getting a lot of reflection and felt strip in there. It is not the greatest sounding thing. I do like the little mount there, the little spur in the front and the legs. A lot of people will probably hate those. I got the rubber ends on the inside. They're not factory. I went to a hardware store and grabbed those. Same thing with the floor tom legs. They're tube with one just single angle on the bottom of them. You can see that down there. And I went to the hardware store and grabbed some rubber feet for those as well. But yeah, single angle, it doesn't bend back down. She's setting up with my Zildjians and on some Ludwig mix match hardware. Got my old DW 5000 with the 3 uprights. I've used this pedal for a very long time. This is my go-to for a very, very long time. Just works well. I'm not as fan of the accelerator style. It's just the regular turbo style. And my old Ludwig hi-hat stand, black and white. Just trying to keep it, you know, all US stuff on this, except for the snare. Sorry. I think we have smooth white emperors on top, ambassadors on the bottom. I did have clear emperors on top, but I ended up switching out to smooth whites. I'm going to get a logo front head. I think maybe in white. I like the way the white and the red bounce off each other. The clear is just too much. It just doesn't work right. I was going to get a logo for it, but I think I might switch to a smooth white logo. Get a sticker or something. But all in all, this drum set, muffles top and bottom. I mean, it was just so complete. It was missing its tom holders for the two toms. Had some, I think maybe somebody put rims mounts on it at some point to try to make it look like an 80s kit, late 80s, you know, early 90s. But this thing, just nice and powerful sounding. Let's go ahead and throw the iPhone in the mount so we can get some idea of the sound. See how well this mounts up. Get a good angle on it. And we'll run through the tom and floor tom sounds. Of course, we got. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the Tama snare, even though that's not the feature of it. It's a pretty good sounding snare, actually. A little bit of mute. I don't have a mute on it, so. Kick drum, open. It's got a felt muffle and it's actually an Emperor batter on there, but it's got a fall and slam impact pad. You're hearing a lot of reverberation from the floor tom too. 8x12, a little baggy. I probably could put a little tensioning on that. Kind of embarrassing to do a video and not have everything tuned up, but trying to do two in one day. This kit can get pretty loud. I got it tuned fairly open. I don't have the muffles on. I don't even think I'm gonna screw around with them. You know, they're huge contraptions. I actually filled all the lugs with cotton makeup removal pads. Wrap around. I fold them in half and wrap them around each lug, so I didn't get the ring there. Everybody says that these drums ring a lot because the suspensions, or not the suspension, but the mute system and the lugs. I mean, you're still getting some of that through there, but I mean, you're always going to get some, you know, noise like that. It's part of playing the drums. It's like you hit the bass drum and you hear the snare. You know, people are trying to get studio perfect on these drum sets. People are trying to take toms off the bass drum or take mounts and rims mounts them. You know, they're drums. It's the most stupid basic instrument you can play. No offense. I've been a drummer almost all my life, but you know, it's like hitting a log with a stick, and you know, at some point you're taking it too far. If you're playing a vintage kit, you're giving up some of that, you know, new tech of how everything floats. If it's in the studio, do what you want. You know, mix, match kits, whatever. Get the best bass drum you can. You know, all that kind of stuff. But when you're playing a kit like this to keep it continuity, you're giving up some stuff. Just a little bit of playing. I'm going to do some, you know, a little bit of rock drumming on this. I think this kit's called a Gran Prix, if I didn't mention it earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong. Loud and kind of boomy. Maybe I will try it with some mutes, just see what we can get out of it. What the hell? These are just top mutes only. Play a little bit with the mutes. I got a piece of moon gel that's not sticking so well, but I'll put that on the snare, maybe mute it up a little bit. far, out of all the kits that I got, the toms on this are better than, I don't know, I'm a complete Keystone Ludwig guy, but this drum set freaking kills. I can only imagine if it were in power sizes or something. But let's just play a little bit more. Let's try to